Hey guys, so in this video we're going to talk about the KL International Motor Show, kind of pick it apart now that it's over and actually dissect why it wasn't quite as grand as it could have been. So welcome back to the channel. My name is Amin Abdullah and you join me here at a cafe near my house because it's in the middle of the night and it was raining earlier, so there wasn't really much else I could do. So we're going to talk about KLIMS, the recently concluded KL International Motor Show. Now, it was a grand affair, the whole thing. It was incredibly well laid out. It was the first time that KLIMS had left its sort of historical home of PWTC to be hosted for the first time at MITEC in Mont Kiara. And it was a fabulous venue, and it was a fabulous show, which concluded with three brand new cars going to three very, very lucky draw winners. Now, there were some complaints about KLIMS, oddly enough from people who didn't really go, about the fact that not all the major brands were represented at KLIMS. So there were a few notable exceptions in the list of manufacturers that decided to participate in this year's motor show. There were players like Mazda, BMW, Audi, Volkswagen. All these brands didn't show up. It was quite a sore point, I think, for a number of people, again, who probably didn't go, that these brands hadn't showed up, and it was a big question mark, like how come they didn't join? You know, it's supposed to be Malaysia's most prestigious automotive event, and so on. But we thought we'd just kind of clear the air a little bit. Now, when we spoke to the organizers, who were incredibly happy with the turnout, they said it exceeded expectations. They were all very, very happy with how everything played out. They were, of course, asked several times, by myself included, about why certain brands had chosen not to come now. Their answer was that it was mostly a logistical problem because being an international motor show, it's not just about showing off whatever your current range of cars are. That's a road show, you know, the kind of thing you'd find in the middle of a shopping mall. But for an international motor show, you have to have concept cars, you have to have future cars, you have to have experimental vehicles, and so on. And we saw that with Honda bringing the Clarity fuel cell vehicle. We saw that with Toyota with the FT1 concept. And the biggest one for me, I think, was Hyundai, who they brought the Accent, which is not available in our market, the Kona, which is not yet available in our market, as well as the Kona Electric, the Nexo fuel cell electric vehicle, as well as the i30N. Again, because this is a international motor show, concept cars play a very big role in this. And the problem was a lot of manufacturers were gearing up for the LA Motor Show, and so a lot of the concept cars were not available to be brought all the way to KL for us. In addition to that, I think that a major contributing factor to why some of these brands chose not to attend was because there's no real way of ensuring turnout for KLIMS. Now, as you probably know, the KL International Motor Show has not actually been held for 5 years. The last KLIMS was held in PWTC back in 2013, and even then the number of brands that came out for a showing were very, very limited. The reason for this is because manufacturers are not certain that after they've plunged in quite a lot of money for big stands and nice cars and so on, they can be certain of a solid enough turnout. The brand may have lost some of its luster and some of its draw in the last 5 years. However, it is worth noting that based on my observation on the opening day, which was the day before KLIMS opened its doors to the public, a lot of the bosses for the brands that weren't there did come down to observe. I noticed several managing directors, several CEOs, several heads of communication and marketing. They all came down just to sort of have a look-see and kind of get a feel of what the reception was like. So I have a feeling that when KLIMS does come back, which I'm told could be next year or more likely the year after, we're going to see a much healthier turnout. Now, I do hope that among our fans, you guys actually came down to KLIMS and took a look at all of the cars and all the exhibits and had fun with some of the VR concepts and so on, because it was a really interesting show from the brands that were there. We also saw quite a number of cars that hadn't quite arrived yet. We got a couple of previews like the DS7 Crossback. We saw cars like the Honda HR-V RS, as well as the Ford Mustang facelift, which will not be officially on sale until next year. And it was a really interesting and wonderful show, and hopefully with the very strong turnout, it'll sort of provide a little bit of reassurance to brands. The next time KLIMS comes around, they won't be so hesitant to join. Now, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate your support, and please stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, like our videos, and follow us on Facebook, because we will be giving away goodies very soon. It is the holiday season after all. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you again in the next video.